welcome to Review Rewind, the show where a couple of friends watch movies of old and aim to figure out if the reviewers were spot on or a little off. I'm Mike.
And I'm Tristan.
And this week we're talking about the Temple of Doom. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Hi, Tristan.
Hello.
I forgot to type it.
Yeah, I noticed.
It's okay.
I thought I had the wrong document open for a moment.
No, I did it to mess with you. That's all it was. Hey, Tristan.
Hey.
What's your bright spot?
I'm not dead.
Yeah, it's always.
I got sick this week, and I'm still recovering. So I guess my bright spot is that I am, getting better. So I did have a fun weekend with some nibblings. Have you heard that word before? Nibblings.
No. What does that mean?
It's a term that's been used for like nieces and nephews. So instead of siblings, you have nibblings. It always feels weird to say because nobody knows what that word means. Yeah. But it's an effort to just try to say nieces and anyway. I had a fun weekend, but kids.
Yeah, you got sick.
Scary diseases and everything.
Wow. Not just kids, but yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
How you good?
Yeah. Shoot. Bright spot. I don't know if I have anything different than last week. Summer's here and it's been a good time so far. So I guess that's it.
Nice.
It's been a while since it's been a chill week. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's my bright spot.
Nice.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Directed by Steven Spielberg. Screenplay by Willard Huyck and Gloria Katz. Story by George Lucas. Produced by Robert Watts. Starring Harrison Ford, Kate Capshaw, Amrish, Puri, Roshan, Seth, Philip Stone, Quan. Cinematography by Douglas Slocombe. Edited by Michael Kahn. Music by John Williams. Production company Lucasfilm Ltd. Distributed by Paramount Pictures. Release date in Thousand Oaks, California, April 23rd, 1984. Open nationwide, May 23rd, 1984. Runtime, 118 minutes. Budget, around $28 million. Grossed in the U.S., $180 million. Opening weekend, $25 million, so it made its budget back. And gross worldwide, $333 million. How about that?
Recap!
A year before the Lost Ark was raided, Indiana Jones was in China, making a deal with a Chinese mobster. The deal takes a turn, leaving Indy poisoned. After a gunshot sets off the whole venue into chaos, Indy scrambles to find the antidote. Willie, the main star of the club's entertainment, grabs the antidote before Indy can. Running out of time with no escape, Indy decides to grab the girl and jump out the window. They tumble down awnings and drop into Indy's getaway car, driven by Short Round, an orphan kid that Indy took under his wing. Indy retrieves the antidote from Willie, and they drive to the airport. His local connections can only find one plane that will take him on such short notice. What he doesn't know is that that plane is owned by the mob. The trio try to get some rest, and yes, Willie is there. I don't know why, but she is. The pilot and the co-pilot jump out of the plane with the last parachutes, leaving them to crash into the mountains. The three narrowly escape using an emergency inflatable raft, sliding down the mountain and fall into the river. Once to safety, they are greeted by a local Indian man standing on the bank of the river. He takes them to the village and explains that the sacred stone was stolen and that ever since their village has been dying. But not only was the stone taken, all their children were taken as well. The village leader claims that Indy was brought there to help their village and save their children, and that's why he fell from the sky. They beg him to go to the palace. That night, a starved boy stumbled back into the village with a piece of cloth that depicts the Shankara stones. Only then, Indy is convinced to go, because whoever finds those stones will gain fortune and glory. The next day, they head out to the palace. Once they arrive, they are welcomed in, given rooms, and brought to a feast. At dinner, Indy discusses the history of the palace and a cult that used to perform its rituals there. He is assured that there's no longer a cult in this area. That night, Indy is attacked in his room. They find a secret passage that leads them to an underground ritual, and in that ritual, a man is chained up, has his heart pulled up from his chest, but somehow stays alive, and then is lowered into a lava pit as a sacrifice. Set behind the leader of the cult are the stones. After the ritual is complete, Indy sneaks down to take the stones, but he is captured. Short Round is sent to work with in the mines with the other children. Indy is poisoned and brainwashed to become a mindless follower, and Willie is the next sacrifice. Short Round escapes his chains, burns Indy with a torch, which releases him from his hypnosis, and he saves Willie. They grab the stones, the mines to save the children, and like Donkey Kong, go on a minecart-themed roller coaster. The leader of the cult catches up with Indy on a rope bridge. Cornered, Indy cuts the rope, letting the bridge fall. He and the cult leader hang from the remaining bridge. The cult leader tries to take the stones, but Indy chants something and the stones heat up, burning through his bag. Two fall into the river below, and as the last falls out, the leader reaches for it, burning his hand. He tosses it away and falls to his death. Indy catches the stone, and they return it to the village.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently I missed it. Was there a Chiron or something that said it was 1980?
So this one is, so the first one is
81.
No. The first one takes place in 34.
Right.
Or 35, and this one takes place in 34.
When does it say that?
I think it says it. Does it say it in a thing?
You said that, and I was suddenly like,
I feel like there's somewhere near the beginning it has the date.
Okay, hold on. Hold the horses. What? Yeah. 35.
And okay, I had the years off. This one takes place in 35, and Raiders of the Lost Ark takes place in 36.
So this is just a year before.
So it's a year before. Yeah.
You know, it's funny.
You never knew that?
Never knew that. But gotta say, doesn't help the issues.
No, it actually makes issues worse.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It does, in fact. Yeah, so we've talked about this a bit. So I guess the easiest question is, when's the last time you watched this film?
Probably around the same time that I watched the Raiders, because I think I probably did a watch through of all of them. So it's been a few years. How about you?
25 years.
You said last week, you said this one was one that you watched a lot as a kid.
As a kid, yeah.
But then, yeah,
I've reached the age that 18 was 20 years ago. So
yeah.
25, maybe even 30 years.
Wow.
Because all of this was foreign to me.
Really?
A little bit of Short Round, but that's simply because when Quan did kind of had his comeback, there were lots of clips of him.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that got put in my brain. Everything else just completely foreign.
Right.
Hold on, does it tell me sorry.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out, let's see. Dr. Jones is at a table in Shanghai and the year 1935 flashes on the screen as a title card. Okay. Chiron. What an idiot. And so it's been a while. Okay. One, I'm just gonna get it out of the way. So one, it has been a while, to the point that this movie was very foreign to me, very new. I remember nothing. Two, I was so mad the whole time.
Yeah.
This movie makes me so mad. What? I don't know what. It must be the writing. Like I think I can attribute it almost entirely to the writing, because
yeah,
a lot of the other stuff was fine.
You know, in the last movie, we talked about how everything felt so intentional.
Yeah.
Of like from the way that the cinematography told the story to the clear through line of how we get from A to B. And there was like a couple points where there was like, okay, maybe that one was a little bit weird, but for the most, like, it was very,
there was a through line
and everything connected.
Yeah.
This one feels like we're supposed to do this, so let's do this. But it never feels fully connected.
Yeah. Okay.
And should I say it now? Maybe I should say it now. This movie makes me like the character of Indiana Jones less.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what? Let's since this movie decided to break with tradition, let's go ahead and break with tradition. So, I think it feels as though the first movie was a little tongue-in-cheek about the adventurer.
Mm-hmm.
That Indy was... I guess in the movie, in Raiders, Indy was looked at as this like tough, adventure guy.
Mm-hmm.
But the movie does not portray him in that way.
Right.
This movie tries to make him that character.
Mm-hmm.
And fails.
This movie is almost like we're getting a legend of Indiana Jones.
Right.
Rather than the actual.
But it's taking all the wrong qualities and exaggerating those rather than, which again doesn't work. It doesn't work for a number of reasons, which, I guess we can talk about it. I just want to make sure I get all the names right.
While you're looking that up, something that I don't think we talked about last time was, I think it was something that was read after, was that George Lucas really wanted Indiana Jones to be a very James Bond-like character. And it shows in this movie. Like, I think he got his way a little bit more in how they depicted his character. But we can discuss that more. But I think you have your thing that you're looking up.
So, in Raiders, which is just the next year, Marion is, how old do you think? 30s, right?
She would, I mean, it had been, 10 years since they had seen each other, and she was 17, so 27.
27.
Math.
So, he is already established as renowned professor, adventurer, and all that. But to do the whole James Bond thing, they made him as rough as someone who is just starting out. Like, they made him too young in action. They tried so hard to make him whatever character they're trying to make him that they actually go too far in the character that he's supposed to be. That it doesn't actually make any sense timeline-wise. This is just supposed to be a year before, and yet the Indy we got the next year was suddenly 10 plus years more mature.
Right.
Also, Short Round is like at most 10. Did he just abandon that kid?
Yeah, where is that kid?
That doesn't... What?
All
right, so let's get into this. So I'm going to say this. Just right off the bat, a comment. Raiders of the Lost Ark, hour and 55 minutes. Temple of Doom, hour and 58 minutes. Temple of Doom is too long.
Uh-huh.
It needs about 15 minutes cut out of it.
Hmm.
There is just so much. You ever play a video game where you get to the boss and you defeat the boss? You're like, cool. And then like a door happens and there's another boss.
Mm-hmm.
And then a door happens and there's another boss.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get like a little bit of a trail or something. And then it's suddenly another boss. And you're suddenly like, this game fucking sucks. That's this movie.
Mm-hmm.
There gets to be a point where we've reached the climax and it's still we've reached the peak of the mountain and we're supposed to go downhill, but they keep going up somehow.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the clouds move and there's more mountain.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh no. Yeah, this movie, it's so long.
Yeah. I think it's also interesting because Raiders spreads out the action, right? You have action, you have a lull, you have action, you have a lull. This one really feels like it's the first scene is action, and then it's a really long lull.
A lot of lull.
And then it's all action.
And it's action for like 30, 40 minutes.
And I think that's why it feels long, is because there's not a break between the things. It's just like it's all this and then it's all that.
Yeah.
And so like that pacing felt off.
So Willard Huyck.
Huyck?
Yeah. Woo! That's my Goofy. He wrote The Devil's Eight, American Graffiti, Messiah of Evil, Lucky Lady, more American Graffiti. Well, that's based off the characters. French Postcards, Temple of Doom, Best Defense, Howard the Duck.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Gloria Katz. I believe she is his writing partner.
Mm-hmm.
Because her
same stuff.
Now, there's this is one of the first times I think where we've had this situation. Either there's two scenarios that I can think of. One, that Gloria had input and due to sexism, she was ignored.
Mm.
Or two, Gloria herself is a misogynist.
Uh-huh.
Because this is the most misogynistic movie I think we've seen so far.
It's terrible that it's this bad and there was a woman writing it.
Yeah. And that's what I mean. Like the only thing I can think of is she gave her input. They didn't listen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you really think we should have Indy calling her doll for no fucking reason whatsoever?
Right.
No. It's cool. Gloria, it's cool.
Mm.
That's my George Lucas.
It's a really good George Lucas.
I know. And or she was like, you know, it'd be really funny if you have this woman who is completely inept, very not bright, just eye candy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's progressively make her more revealing, and let's have Indy and her have absolutely no chemistry. No reason to have any kind of feelings towards each other. And he will have absolutely no respect for her. Let's go that direction. I'm dumbfounded that they got through the whole script process after Raiders of the Lost Ark and went, yeah. Nailed it. And I've heard George Lucas talk, and I don't know if, like, I will say that, I don't know, 2010 and on, George Lucas, I feel like is pretty aware, pretty woke, as they say. Politically, I think he was always kind of woke because he said that Star Wars was kind of a reflection of the Vietnam War. Like, he was speaking against it.
Right.
But by gum, the 80s, he was just a misogynistic fuck, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I know that Carrie Fisher said that there was a lot of pressure for her to stay a certain weight as Princess Leia, and you know, it was from George Lucas. And you know, if the comments of like make him more James Bond, but if he's looking for like James Bond film as a whole, which means like there is a way that the woman is portrayed in James Bond films. And if that's his goal, that sucks.
Yeah.
You know, like this film, one, dialogue sucks. The dialogue in this whole movie is terrible. I don't know what I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know what they were trying to do. But everything was rough to me. The timeline of events, the story doesn't really make a whole lot of sense outside of, hey, a cult is kidnapping kids. That's where it ends. Everything else about it doesn't really make too much sense. We have to talk about it in its own bubble of a world. You can have post commentary about what people hoped for or intended, whatever it is, but the film has to stand alone. We have to look at it within its universe, within its own exposition. And within its own exposition, this movie is so racist. And unfortunately, that's where it sits. I read some stuff where, you know, some people were interpreting certain things a specific way that like actually really helped the story a little bit, but it isn't in the movie. That explanation, that exposition is not in the film. And so we can't actually use that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so my
and I don't know if it brings in enough real life I don't know if there's enough real life exposition to be able to apply to it
because
well.
even the outside world the production world exposition is conjecture. It's not. It's not any of the writers saying it. It's actors saying it, but that's upon their own interpretation. That's not necessarily the director writer giving that explanation. And we'll talk about that, I'm sure, about kind of what I'm the racist aspects of it. So, story is not great. Timeline, everything is just kind of hodgepodge together. Like, everything happens, but there's no reason per se of everything happening.
Right.
I mean, you could say it's a little bit of fate, but there's too much story trying to justify the actions to actually go into, like, no one ever, the one village leader says that it was fate that they came to save them. Okay, but that doesn't, no one else is on that wagon for everything else that happens. Like them being there specifically at that dinner. The voodoo doll. You just put that together in an hour? Like,
right.
You saw that and went, we're going to need this. We're going to need this. No, they didn't know. What?
Yeah.
What's happening? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I could just complain about it for a while. So let's be able, any more general thing on the writing.
No, I was just going to say, like, with some of that stuff, it would have made more sense if the cult had more forewarning that Indy was showing up for the purpose that he was showing up for.
Yeah.
Like, if there was just enough, like, him being attacked in his room makes sense because they're like, hey, this guy's asking too many questions. But then there's other parts of it where, like, hey, we should be expecting this guy to show up and, like, cause problems.
The storyline. So your recap, good recap. The story should have been, one, nothing to do with China. Nothing. Two, it should have been Willie was a singer-dancer in India. At that.
At the reason
palace,
why she was there would have been because she was brought in as an entertainment
for the Westerners.
Yeah.
Then it should have been that one of the stones, they didn't know where it was. They even built it into the story that there were 5 stones and they only had 3, which, why even say that? That does nothing for the story. But he's like, there's 5, and Indy's like, well, you still only have 3, But it doesn't do anything for the story. What it should have been was,
unless that's like just for the historic accuracy of, like, there are actually,
but there's no accuracy in this film, really. But what it should have been was they had stolen the one from the village. They had found another. And the intro should have been, they hired him to find the third one.
Right. Because they know about him. When he shows up, they're like, oh, Dr. Jones.
Right. So they should have hired him to find the third one. on his journey to find the third one, he, because of an accident, like he gets lost, because of getting attacked, whatever it is, he lands in the village. And it's just him and Short Round in the village. Willie is unnecessary for this whole movie.
She's just unnecessary. Yeah.
She is just there to be eye candy. So that automatically.
And the joke.
Yeah.
Like the whole point of her is to just laugh.
Which it's not funny. So he lands in that village to find that the people who hired him stole their stone and their children. So him realizing, I have to get this stone back and I have to find the third stone. And then the whole journey is him finding that third stone, to which he now has the third stone. He's trying to keep it a secret. He's back in the palace. That's where he meets Willie. That's where they have the dinner. That's where he gets attacked. And then you can have the rest of the movie pretty much as it is. Maybe a little different exposition, but action-wise, you can have the same exact thing. That justifies why he's there. It justifies why they know he's there. It justifies that they were always planning to use him as a sacrifice, because they were like, hey, we're going to have him find him. We're going to have him find the stone, and then we're going to kill him. And it'll be great.
Yeah, he won't know what happened. Yeah.
And put him more at the center of all the stuff kind of happening. But in the grand scope of everything occurring, he's just a random character. He's almost a tertiary character, but the camera's following him for whatever reason. But it justifies the voodoo doll. It justifies everyone's contempt for him. Everyone's concern about him. Like, him asking a question doesn't do anything. Him being wise is, yeah, duh. As soon as that one guy is like, oh, the great archaeologist, Indiana Jones, like, well, then he's going to know his shit. Like,
how do you not expect an archaeologist to be like, oh, the history of this place is that the blah, 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 blah. And like, none of his questions were necessarily targeted questions.
Right.
He was just saying like, oh, there used to be a cult that ran out of this, like, that was in this temple and blah, 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 blah. And then they got all offended.
Yes.
He would even suggest that. It's like, this is history.
Yeah. Okay, let's just talk about it. This episode might go kind of fast just because we've got a lot of build up from the previous episode. So fucking racist. Just this whole movie's so racist. So one, there's a fine line with Short Round. Because he kind of spoke like that. That was the way he spoke. So I don't know if that necessarily constitutes the racist aspect. But as we said in Rush Hour, any jokes that were specific to him just not being able to speak English, that borders that line. You can. It is not funny that someone has a speech impediment.
Right.
But there can be humor in certain things that are said. That's fair. It's just the speech impediment is not what's funny.
Right.
Their struggle is not what's funny. And in the same way, him not being able to pronounce certain things in English, not necessarily funny.
Mm-hmm.
Him saying, "Okie dokie, Dr. Jones," with like a cute kid inflection.
Mm-hmm.
That's cute. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's cute. It's funny because it's cute.
Mm-hmm.
It's not funny because, oh, look, he can't say okie dokie like us Americans can say it. And there's just not enough differentiation between when it's supposed to be he's a cute kid and, hey, this cute kid can't speak English because he's Chinese.
Mm.
In reality, it should be, this kid is freaking amazing.
Mm.
He's like an orphan on his own. Who taught him English? Did he just learn it on his own?
Right.
That's crazy. What an accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what
at a super young age.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a particular line that you can think of that made you feel like, ooh, that's a...
Oh, man. Pretty much everything in the beginning.
Mm.
Later it tames out.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like
when
in
they
the
first introduce him.
When they first introduce him, it feels like they're emphasizing the fact that he doesn't speak like just because I've never heard the line, like it's such a weird line, like hold on to your potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like they're trying to make him say as many syllables as possible.
Uh-huh.
But when I heard that, I was like,
is that...
what does that mean?
I say that.
Yeah.
And it might be because of this movie and I never realized it.
I really liked, I did like when Short Round expressed his feelings.
Mm-hmm.
That always felt really nice. It felt nice. I actually really loved when he would speak. I don't know if it was Mandarin or Cantonese, but when he spoke Chinese, like I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should have done that more, where they just had him saying that, and then ever so often would like jump into English.
Yeah,
like I think they should have had him speaking to Indy in Chinese, in Mandarin or Cantonese, and like
them Indy, having a conversation,
and Indy just knew.
Yeah.
Like he didn't have to say it in the same language, but he would respond nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should have done that more.
Yeah, that would have been good. What I do appreciate, I think the one thing that this movie did right, for the most part, is the relationship between them.
Yeah. Except for Indy's misogyny.
Well, yes.
Because there's literally a part where he is misogynistic and then Short Round sees it and then repeats what Indy says. And it's like, no, don't take that lesson.
Yeah.
Don't take that, because he calls her doll too.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and then he goes, yeah, I forgot about that. But like other than that,
yeah.
Like the relationship that they have, the father figure that Indy is to him, the way that Short Round feels like he can just call him out on his stuff, like all of that just feels like it's really good.
Yeah. And how like Indy apologizes to him.
Yeah, he respects him.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't just treat him like a kid. Like he respects him as a person. And then like seeing Short Round just like copying him in the background, like just like doing the same.
That was really cute. Those were really cute moments.
Those were really good. And you know what? I never noticed it before. He says his own name one time in this movie, where he's yelling at Indy. He's like, "You never listen to me," and then he actually says, "You never listen to," and says his name.
Oh,
and I'd never caught it before, but yeah. But later when they're like, they call him Mr. Round or something,
right.
And says Short Round.
Short Round.
Which the name itself is problematic.
Yeah. I know it is, but my brain can't build the background behind it.
It feels wrong, right?
Feels short round. The round is what I'm trying to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why? What is that? Where are they getting that from?
I mean, maybe he was just a chubby baby. He picked him up when he was like, how old?
Yeah. What?
I'm curious.
Okay, this is what the AI says, so I don't know if this is true. In the context of the movie, Short Round, often called Shorty, is the character's street name given to him because his real name, Wan Li, sounded similar to 1L, which is turn inspired a pun of Short Round. What?
Huh?
No, that sounds stupid. That sounds really dumb. Wait, let's see. This is the Indiana Jones, the wiki, Indiana Jones wiki. The boy known as Short Round was born Wan Li, February 8th, 1926. So he's 8 years old in this movie. His character is supposed to be 8. That's Ray.
Mm-hmm.
He's supposed to be Ray. I couldn't imagine Ray doing half the stuff they're making this kid do. Orphaned during the Japanese bombing of Shanghai in 1932, Lee picked up his alias as a pickpocket on the street of his hometown and tried to rob the man, later known as Dr. Jones. Rather than see the youngster arrested, the archaeologist took him under his wing. When did they like build this? Like, was this all in the movie?
Oh, what? Apparently, he takes the nickname from a discarded piece of military artillery ammunition.
Oh, Short Round is a military thing.
Yeah,
that is accurate. He was taken in by Christian Mission, where he picked up basic English and mathematics beforehand. However, Lee was eventually put into an orphanage after another until it took him to living on the streets.
It feels like some of this is like expanded. Like,
yeah, it's like, what is that?
Something? But like he does explain like he was orphaned as a kid during the war, and blah 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 blah. Like he says a few things that give that, but that feels like it's more information than what we actually get from the movie.
A short round is a military term for artillery shell or bullet that falls noticeably short of its intended target, or a cartridge. What? No, cartridge. There it is. Cartridge that fails to meet the exact minimum dimension required for a firearm.
So do we just feel like this name is offensive, but it's actually not offensive?
Yeah.
Hey, good news, everybody.
Good news, everyone.
This name may not actually be offensive.
Okay. That's good, I guess. I don't know. The other part that is racist and offensive, pretty much everything that's happening with
the dinner.
Mm-hmm. The Maharaja, like, I don't know, it feels as though there's so much that is they're just digging into stereotypes
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we didn't really get a exploration into culture in the first movie, right?
Yeah.
It was just like, hey, they were in this area, they talked to people, but there's like, this one felt like it was a, hey, let's look at the cultural differences.
Yeah, and make it a problem.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, I don't really have a problem with the cult because a cult can exist, right? But the problem that I do have is like how they depict the Indian people, the Indian food, like all of that kind of, like the whole meal is played as a joke, and it's supposed to be like, oh, look how uncomfortable this is, and it doesn't feel like, if everybody was like even the people from India were like, what are we eating? Like, if it was this very strange thing for everybody, then we can take it as a joke. But because it is saying some of these people, this is what they do, and then the white people are all grossed out by it, that's where it's problematic.
One of the actors in it interpreted it a certain way that I think would have worked had there been exposition for it. Mm-hmm. But there's none. So you can't take it that way. But what they said was the Maharaja and, the cult invited these Westerners in there. Mm-hmm. So they purposefully prepared these grotesque dinner items to mock them. Mm. Great. Build it into the story. Mm-hmm. You didn't build it into the story. Mm-hmm. So we just have these Indian characters doing all of these things unironically. Mm-hmm. And because of that, then it just enables the stereotype. It doesn't lighten it, and it doesn't do anything. It just means that, yes, we in fact, as a story, believe these stereotypes. Mm-hmm. Which sucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it felt like some of the people that were there also weren't part of the palace or part of the cult. Like, there's some of the people that they're sitting next to where it just kind of feels like, hey, these are dignitaries or whoever
yeah. Well, all of them should have been part of the cult. Mm-hmm. It should have been a planned thing. I think that's where the story works, where the story could have worked if the cult had invited Indy. Mm-hmm. Like, they couldn't be there per chance, but if in fact he was invited, so that everything they did was intentional and planned. Mm-hmm. But none of that's the case. Mm-hmm. Lame.
Yeah.
All right. So we're just going to jump into it. Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones.
Real quick, I did just want to say, like, from where a lot of the production and everything is very similar and less problematic than like the writing. I feel like it's interesting that they had a slightly bigger budget for this one. Some of the graphics, I felt like they tried to do like maybe a little bit more, and some of them didn't age as well as the Raiders graphics did. Some of it did fine, but then it was just kind of like those extra, like when the plane crashes into the mountain, they were like, hey, this is what we did in Star Wars, so let's do it here. And it's like, that's a very fake explosion.
Yeah. Was the main priest guy, when he falls from the bridge, was that the original graphics?
I think so.
What did they do? Was it stop motion again?
It
looks, it's bad. It's bad. Whatever it is, it's bad.
It's a mixture of a couple of different techniques. I think that one, if I'm remembering correctly, I think it was like a animatronic that they dropped to like move its arms a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
Or like it was something where they like had a mechanism in it to like make it move more than just, I think.
I don't know, because they made the animation, like they made the character hit the wall.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, I think there's like a couple of techniques that are happening in that spot.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Not great.
And overall color grading is significantly darker in this movie.
Yeah. Lighting was not done well.
Mm-hmm.
In the previous movie, lighting was used very much as an effective tool. And it felt like they were trying to do that. And they did accomplish it in some shots. But overall, the lighting is just meh.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are moments where they're trying to be very creative with the lighting,
mm-hmm.
and it just falls flat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Indiana Jones.
So in a year, he becomes a childish yet mature archaeologist of great renown, a professor, an expert. And in this movie, he does still have his knowledge and his expertise. No maturity.
Mm-hmm.
Is kind of a misogynistic pig.
Mm-hmm.
Right out of the bat, he calls Willie dull, and then proceeds to do that for a while.
Mm-hmm.
He kidnaps her?
Basically.
That didn't make any sense.
No. Her getting on the plane with them doesn't make sense because they don't connect the dots.
Yeah, she's a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
She's a stranger. She no longer has what he needs, which was the antidote.
Right.
She didn't steal the diamond, so it's not like she's trying to get away from Lao Chi.
Yeah.
Like the only thing is that like whatever trust she had for Lao Chi no longer exists, but
she would have been fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's never a point where she says, I don't have anything here anymore. Can I go with you?
Or I'm in danger, take me with you.
Right.
Like,
there's never an expression of, one, she wants to,
mm-hmm.
and two, she needs to. Neither of those things are present.
Mm-hmm. She just gets on the plane with them.
Which is a wild move.
Mm-hmm. Because I don't think he even like grabs her and says, get on. I think she just gets in.
Yeah. Yeah, that whole thing was super weird.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
since we're on this topic,
yeah,
the whole beginning of this movie doesn't make sense. Like, what is the significance of the diamond that Indy is trying to get? That he went and found the ashes of the general that are actually an artifact that he's giving to these guys
for a diamond.
that he then gives up for the antidote.
And what was the...
Which giving the diamond back doesn't mean anything because he was going to die and they were going to take it back from him. So like he didn't think that one through very well.
And the fact that Indy got poisoned lowers his street cred.
Mm-hmm.
How are you that dumb? James Bond don't get poisoned. Unless he's getting like a dart. No, James Bond gets poisoned all the time.
Yeah. We all saw Casino Royale.
Yeah. Idiot. Yeah, the whole beginning just doesn't.
But at least the club's name is Obi-Wan.
Zing. Also, there's like a line. There's a line of in movie making where, you know, you create this world.
Mm-hmm.
The world is what you create. You can get out of the world, but it has to be intentional within the story.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is very nitpicky and long and drawn out, but the music number shouldn't have been in there. Because where did they go? That wasn't the room they were in. They just did it for that moment, for that scene.
Mm.
So then this world that you've created now has musical montages or musical like things where you can go into a different dimension. Because no one saw that. It wasn't available to the audience. It was just in the mind of the director.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to do that, make it make sense in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is supposed to be, yeah, it's adventure. Yes, magic happens, all that stuff. But that's a fourth wall break.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that. Mm-hmm. Don't do a fourth wall break in something like this, because it strains credulity. Like it that then makes everything else feel like it could be a fourth wall break kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the heart thing. We're supposed to believe that's real.
Mm-hmm.
But because of that dance number, is it? Can I believe it to be real?
Mm-hmm.
That should have been, honestly, this one should have been one of those instances where the thing that is happening is fake. It should have been the stones give superstitious power, not actual metaphysical power, but superstitious power, in that when someone has all three, all four, all five, people follow them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's the priest was doing it so that he can become the Maharaja.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's the direction they go. But the only way he can do that is the throne, the seat, rightfully belongs to those who obtain all 5 stones.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. There's your story. Then you could also say that everything that the guy is doing is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But they got locked in on, well, we showed the Ark of the Covenant. We proved that God is real.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have to, do everything so that it's real.
Mm-hmm. It almost makes more sense. It's still not good, but like, I think I can get on board with this story more if I just think of it as like Short Round is telling a bunch of other kids about this adventure that he went on, and he exaggerates it. Like, there's no other. If we think
That
of
actually
this as
would
an
have been
exaggeration,
that actually would have been great.
mm-hmm.
Like he's in the orphanage, or like, happy ending. He gets adopted.
Mm-hmm.
And he has new siblings, and the siblings are like, what did you do? Like, what were you doing before? And he's like, let me tell you.
Right. Again, it's just this unbelievable story. And all of a sudden it's like, fine, we have a faulty narrator. And so, like, what of it is real and what of it's not? But the fact that this is told in a way that's like, all of this is real, then breaks a lot of things.
The problem with Indiana Jones is it tries too hard to cover too many spiritual things, metaphysical, sci-fi, whatever. It tries to cover too much, because the problem is that if everything is real, nothing's real.
Mm-hmm.
And we have proven that something, and it must be simply, we must believe what the myth is. The Ark of the Covenant is real. The God of Judah is the one true God.
Mm-hmm.
And or it's bullshit.
Right.
Because they then find themselves in, oh God, you know what? We didn't talk about this. The ending kind of ruins everything. Because we just, in Raiders of the Lost Ark, because we just proved that God exists, but that God can also be contained in wood in a U.S. storage facility. What the ending should have been, that the events happened, the U.S. tried to grab it and do everything, something similar, an event happened, and it disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
And they could have just said that. He could have just said, the fat guy, he could have just said, we went to the site, we tried to grab it, lights, explosion, a few people died, and then it disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
And then Indy could have been like,
yeah, or the ship sank that like tried to,
something like that, where no one ends up with it.
Mm-hmm.
The mystery continues, because then it makes The Last Crusade make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck! So we're talking about Indy. This retcon shit in a terrible way, because he saw a man have his heart removed, and then the thing heal.
I almost made a comment about this in my recap of, he has like short-term memory or something.
And then a year later, he's like, I don't believe in any of that religious gobbledygook.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. Why'd they make it a prequel?
Mm-hmm.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, he goes from seeing everything that he goes from having his heart almost pulled out.
Yeah.
The fingers are inside of his body.
He's not even that. We could even say that maybe he was doubtful of that, suspicious of that. And he didn't trust it. He just felt in the moment that guy just was pushing on nerves or something. That kid was stabbing a voodoo doll, and he was feeling every inch of that knife. And you're telling me you don't believe in superstitious anything? That my life would be changed if I had that kind of experience. That's insane.
Yeah, it almost needed to be, this one needed to be more grounded in realism.
And that's where it all needed to be fake. The guy needed to be pulling a heart out, and it needed to be fake. And you could have still done the lava pit thing, and that he ignites the heart. Great. The lava pit is just the lava pit. They made it look like it was a portal to hell.
Yeah.
But it's just a lava pit.
And everything else about the cult and everything, like nothing about it is like, they have kids mining. Like, what are the kids mining for?
The other two stones.
And like, yeah, but it's like,
yeah, but
everything that's happening is very
explainable. You're telling me you can pull the heart out of a man, keep him alive, the wound heals, but you're scared of a little rock?
Right.
You don't have like some kind of spiritual sensor to find where this stone is? Because they're just looking kind of blindly. They're hoping one of these 100 kids. Also, the amount of children in that cavern makes no sense to the ratio of village.
Yeah, it has to be more than just that village.
It has to be, but then all those kids came running behind Indy.
Yeah.
And even so, I was like, did no one else see how small this village was?
Also, it took them 2 days to get to the palace. And
also,
all those kids running over the hill.
All those kids like ran ahead of Indy. Indy still had to defeat everyone and do all the things. They did the whole bridge thing. They had already gone. They'd been running for hours by the time that Indy, Short Round, and Willie started even making their trek back to the village. And yet they were the first to the village? Are you trying to tell me that this young Chinese boy and these two white-ass people could maneuver themselves through the jungle in India, the forest, better than these kids could? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Everything about this movie toward Indy is bad. It's just bad. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's bad.
Yeah. So he's somehow a worse person. Like he's not even motivated by saving orphans.
Yeah.
They had it set, or not orphans, but children. They had it set up, right? He literally has an orphan with him that he's taken care of, that he's taken under his wing. And that's the perfect setup for him to be like, your kids were kidnapped, which he does. He has that reaction where they say they took our kids, and he has this kind of like look back and like, even the kids, which makes you feel like Indy has a heart.
Right.
And then he doesn't make a move until he sees that it's the Shankara stones. And then he's like, fortune and glory. Right.
Which is so out of the fucking, that again doesn't make sense to the character we've established in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Not at all.
He doesn't care about fortune.
No.
Maybe recognition. You could argue recognition.
Recognition, and that belongs in a museum.
Right. The other part that really fucking annoys the shit out of me is this cult is bad. These guys are bad. But they have a point toward the colonizers.
Hmm.
And the perspective that they're giving Indy is they're making him like justify colonialism.
Uh-huh.
Which feels like what a strange move.
Mm-hmm.
What a weird direction to go.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels like they're trying to justify colonialism.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's good that the British took over these parts of India.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. What Indy should have said simply was what the British did was wrong, but it doesn't make what you're doing right.
Mm-hmm.
Bam! We're
Done.
not justifying it.
Yeah.
But you're also making sure that these guys know that they're not right. They kind of seem right.
Mm-hmm. And that's the other thing. Like, I know we're kind of jumping back and forth between like Indy and then everything else that's happening around him. But like the motives of the cult we don't get the full motive.
Yeah. Toward the end, there's a little bit of that where it sounds like he wants what's the god's name that they're worshiping?
Shiva.
No, Shiva's good.
No, Shiva's the good one, right? Because he says you made Shiva angry. You disappointed Shiva,
right? But that's not the one that the cult is worshiping.
I know. I'm remembering back what he says to him.
We sound like idiots.
You're an idiot.
I said we sound. I already claimed to be.
Kali Ma?
Kali Ma, yes. Kali Ma. So it sounds like what was the Mola Ram? Okay. Mola Ram is doing everything that he is trying to do because he wants Kali Ma to take over the world, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. That's fine. But it's not a through line. It takes until the end of the film for you to suddenly be like, oh,
right.
That's what you're doing. Rather than, and this is such a small thing, and I think maybe they thought they were doing, I thought maybe they thought they were really cooking, as the kids say, by having them speak in Hindi
mm-hmm.
and not translate it. But that is a miss on exposition.
Right.
Those were the moments where it should have been, when Molaram is doing the ceremony, sacrificing the guy, that's when it should have been translating and saying, we do this for Kali Ma so that Kali Ma may be free and Kali Ma may take over the world or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Then we understand the motivation, and then we're like, oh, yeah, this guy's fucking out of his mind.
Yeah, Willie could be like, what are they saying? And he could be like, oh, blah, 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 and like translating it for her. So they don't even have to put text on the screen. Like he could be translating it.
But it feels like the only time we really get exposition is at the end of the film, and that's already too late.
Mm-hmm.
I already don't give a fuck. Like, it's too late.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
One thing that I do, so we appreciate the relationship between him and Short Round. Another thing that I appreciate is that there's a moment they do. The writers didn't understand Indiana Jones, I think, in writing this, because like what his motivations were out of character for him, but they tried to disguise it. We get. I said this after watching it. This movie gaslights us into thinking that Indy is a good guy.
Yeah.
Because all of his actual motives are pretty scummy, but it makes us think, oh, he did it to save the kids, and he did it to save the village, and he did it to, like, no, he did it because he wanted fortune and glory, and he's a dirtbag while he does it. But one of the things that they do, which I think is true to the character of Indiana Jones, is when he's fighting the big guy, who the actor's the same big guy that gets chopped up by the airplane in the first movie. But when he's fighting the big guy in this one, and he starts.
Pardon me. Well,
in the first movie,
the white German guy,
who gets chopped by the plane,
yeah,
is the big Indian guy who gets smushed.
So they do blackface, and I say that because he's like the paint on him is much darker than the ceremonial paint is black.
I'm pretty sure.
But okay, brown face. They brown faced him.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. What was that guy's name?
Jesus.
The chief guard, Pat Roach, same guy.
Hold on.
Yep.
I wondered why he looked like familiar, but I couldn't really figure out.
Why. Anyway, when he is on the conveyor belt and he gets stuck, his scarf or whatever, or his like thing gets stuck, and he starts getting pulled in, Indy tries to save him.
Yeah.
Because Indy's not that terrible of a guy. He's not like, hey, this
even
is
though I
want to defeat you, but I'm not going to let you die that way. And he fails in saving him. But it is just this interesting moment of Indy being like, oh no, I don't want you to actually die like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
there's too much in that scene that just doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
One, he baseball swings him with a giant saw.
Mm-hmm.
Not an ounce of blood.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, the guard guy stomps his head, and I say stomp with like that's how much force, with a stone.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets right back up and is like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
And then I might be in the minority. The minecart scene could go fuck off.
How are they going that fast?
And then two, there's no point to it. It's just, hey, this would be really fun to watch. Let's put it in.
Yeah, we need a car chase, but we don't have cars.
Right.
All right. Willie Scott, Kate Capshaw, does not need to be in this movie.
A useless character.
Exact opposite of Miriam.
Exact opposite. Progressively, I don't know if it's Steven Spielberg or Lucas or whoever it is. They are desperate to see this woman's breasts. Like she is getting progressively naked.
Hmm.
And then when they put her in when the cult puts her in the traditional outfit, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
she starts out relatively covered up. And then and to the point where I'm saying, like, from her top, which is like a blouse, but it's shorter. I don't know women's clothes enough to be able to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
And then her pants, from when she first is introduced in that outfit, her midriff is maybe like 3 inches. And as the movie continues to progress, that space gets bigger and bigger.
Uh-huh.
Either her shirt is going up or changing in some way, or her pants are getting lower, but more midriff is showing and more cleavage is showing. The whole, like, it's progressively getting more and more and more.
Mm.
And it was just one of those things. This is so stupid, but it was just, I wasn't noticing anything about it. And then after the cart chase and then after this is going on, it's suddenly like, she's very white. It's a lot of skin. Why am I noticing? Oh, because there's more.
Interesting. Yeah.
And it feels like she's there to be eye candy and the joke, but sometimes they do it in a way that isn't. It's almost like they compartmentalize her to be, hey, for this scene, you're the butt of the joke.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to cover you up.
Mm-hmm.
For this scene, we want to look at you.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're not going to cover you up. And then the moment she's supposed to be funny, they cover her up. And the moment she's supposed to be sexy, they don't.
Interesting. Yeah.
And to me, it felt distracting because it was noticeable.
Yeah.
And that's not something that should ever be noticeable. I shouldn't be paying attention. Like, from scene to scene, I shouldn't be like, wait, are they wearing something different?
Right.
Wait, why is the same outfit they're wearing look so different?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really, and if you look, like, even her dress that she's wearing at the beginning when she's doing the musical number is like covering as much as possible.
Yeah.
Except for like her forearms.
Oh, and her back.
Mm.
Because there was a spot where she was walking the opposite direction, so you saw her back,
Mm-hmm.
and my brain was immediately like, huh, her back. Weird. I don't know why I thought weird, but that was what I thought. I was just like, what is this doing for us?
Yeah, what's going on here? Yeah, so she did not need, and she just screams the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, she screams
obnoxiously
too much, like to the point where it's annoying how much she's screaming. And there's nothing really redeemable about her character.
Their whole relationship
doesn't make sense.
Makes no sense. There's no reason why either one of them should have any kind of feelings outside of the joke in Speed, where they say, like, relationships that occur in traumatic experiences don't last, or whatever it is. It's like, are you guys like trauma bonding? Is that what's happening?
But not much trauma has happened before up to this point. Like, the plane crash and everything, but like, they've been fighting.
Her being the one to expect it is weird. Oh, Indy, be gentle with me. It's like, what makes you think he's... What have you invited into that situation? You've been annoying. He's been annoying. You've both been on each other's nerves the entire time.
And for them to all of a sudden be like flirting with each other and
it makes no sense at all.
Is like, where did this come from?
Yeah, that's it. Oh man, I forgot about that part actually.
Like
because I was just thinking of the end when they like are like returning to each other and hugging and kissing and everything, and it feels a little forced. But that middle section is even more forced. Ew.
Yeah. So that doesn't make any sense.
No. I mean, all in all, what's her name? Kate Capshaw, like, did her job.
She was just given a really bad job.
Yeah. She's just given a terrible, terrible job. What other movies is she in? Let's see. So interesting. So she was in a TV show, The Edge of Night, for 32 episodes in 81. She was in a show called A Little Sex, which, is that what I'm thinking of? No, this is not the one I was thinking of. Okay. There was a Broadway piece that show that was very scandalous in the 50s, 40s, 50s. And I thought that was maybe like a movie version of it, but it's not. Missing Children, A Mother Story. And then she did Temple of Doom. And then Best Defense, which the writers wrote. So she got on to work with the writers again. Windy City, Dreamscape, Power, Codename, Dancer. Lame. Private Affairs, Internal Affairs, Black Rain. Skip. Looks like her last movie was 2002. 2002. Oof. Codename Dancer. Is rough.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. She did fine. It's just her character sucks. Like, that's it. I think that's going to be the case for a lot of these people. We already kind of talked about him, but Huyck Quan, great. He's a great little actor. He does an awesome job. Congratulations on all your success. Please join the podcast.
Yes, please.
Amrish Puri plays Molan Ram. He's great. He just doesn't make sense. Like his presence, none of it really makes sense.
Also weird to introduce a villain halfway through the movie.
Yeah, without any kind of connection otherwise.
Like it's not like he's one of the people that we've seen upstairs, and then all of a sudden he's doing this. Like, he's just a completely different guy.
Yep. And the idea of the cult being a rumor works if lights or like shades of the reality of the cult make themselves present throughout the story. But it's literally This doesn't exist. Nothing's happening. Doesn't exist. You are in this house that has no connection to this group whatsoever. They do exist. That doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And the other part that makes no sense, the Maharaja kid, he is fine. He was very much a kid actor, and it felt that way.
Mm-hmm.
But what I was going to say was, he is under the spell of Molan Ram.
Mm-hmm.
I'm adding an M. Mola Ram.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. They need to either show him getting put under a spell of some type, or there needs to be another bit of evidence of why the cult is real.
Mm-hmm.
And why he is a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because their first experience with each other, he apologizes.
Yeah.
And it feels genuine. But he's under a spell.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. There's a weird disconnect there.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else on... Like, he did well. He was creepy and all that good
stuff. He was very intimidating.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah.
The story around him sucks, but he did good.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is where this movie really hurts, is a lot of the acting is quite good. The story just doesn't support their acting.
Mm-hmm.
Roshan Seth plays Chatterlal. He's also a pointless character.
Mm-hmm.
He's there as the interpreter, but then during the temple scene and the sacrifice scene and everything, he's not there. He just shows up at some point when Indy is caught.
Yeah.
He should be there the whole time.
He needed to be more involved somehow.
Yeah. His character makes no sense, and then his death makes no sense.
Because there's no connection between the temple or the palace and the cult.
The reality is it should have been he was the one that was the catalyst for the cult. Mm-hmm. He's the connective tissue. He's the one who got in with the Maharaja. He's the one who tricked the kid. He's the one who is actually setting everything in motion.
He's the Jafar whispering into the Sultan's ear.
Yes.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. And it should have been, ultimately, I think it should have been that he was the one who was trying to get the power.
Mm-hmm.
If they had made him the actual villain,
mm-hmm.
that would have been, one, a great twist,
mm-hmm.
and two, it would have made his character worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he had double-crossed Ram
mm-hmm.
to get the stones,
right?
That would have been great.
Mm-hmm.
But he does his whole little dinner thing, which could have made sense, but then eventually doesn't make sense because they just leave it at the table.
Mm-hmm.
And then he disappears.
Until he's just...
And then Indy gets caught, and then he's there. Or Indy gets caught and hypnotized, and then they put like the ceremonial paint on him, and then suddenly Chatter comes back, and he also has the ceremonial paint.
Mm-hmm.
And we find out he's involved in everything, but the story doesn't connect him in at all.
Mm-hmm.
He's just he's an NPC, like he's a cut scene character.
Yeah, the Maharaja gets connected in sooner than he does
Right.
And is less of a character
by
introduction.
Right. And it sucked. And again, Roshan, he, for this movie, he spelled his name Rushan for the thing, but it's actually spelled Roshan, but it makes me think it's pronounced Roshan. Roshan did a good job. He's a very charming, and I don't know him enough to say yes or no to this, but he plays an academic really well.
Yeah, and the banter back and forth between him and Indy
is really good.
It's good.
And then it's squandered because they do nothing with it. Not a goddamn thing. But on top of that, can you tell the audience?
Yeah.
Because it annoys the shit out of me, but we'll talk about it. Can you tell the audience how he dies? Do you remember?
Doesn't he just like get knocked into the pit?
No.
What happens to him?
So, maybe he does. And maybe I'm missing it. How I remember it, I'll double check, but how I remember it is they're trying to get Willie out.
Oh.
He gets caught on the crank.
He gets caught in the spokes and then crushed.
But he's still alive and he's moving out of it. And then they cut back to Willie getting pulled up again. And then they rescue her and then he's gone.
Yeah, that's right.
He does not. No one. What?
Yeah, I got him mixed up with because somebody does fall into the pit.
He throws a couple guys over
and like knocks into the wheel that is,
and it like hurts. But they show him trying to like maneuver his way out, and then they just cut to Willie getting lifted up, and then he's gone. His His inclusion in the film makes no sense. His inclusion in the cult makes no sense. His death makes no sense. Maybe I'm wrong. But I remember him getting crushed and then him trying to squirm out. And then all I remember is Willie getting rescued from that point. And I don't remember him at all after.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up like is there something that we missed?
I'm on the scene right now. I'm just on my phone. Okay. He's screwing with her. He gets crushed.
Why don't I have a memory of this?
He gets crushed and he's like, ow.
There's a screenshot of them fighting on top of the thing. Does that actually happen? The cage.
Oh, he's squirming about. He's squirming. Did I just miss this whole thing? Okay, he's just laying on the ground now.
All
right. Indy saves Willie. Okay. She slaps him. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay. Short round gets the clothes and he's gone.
There is a scene cut from the film.
Oh, okay.
In the scene, because there's a screenshot that I was like, this did not happen. I must be crazy. In a scene from the film, he attempts to attack Jones in the cavern, but is knocked into the lava pit, killing him. And this is why the defeated Lon is absent from the background of the finished film, though he's not in the film, though it's not seen in the film. And, okay, yeah. I mean, I guess it's in the novelization of it.
Because I remember him getting crushed, and then I'm like, well, that didn't kill him.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have killed. It would have hurt like hell, but it wouldn't have killed him.
I wonder why they cut it. I sent you the link to the so you could see the picture of it. But yeah, that's interesting because it's
yeah,
they make it seem like it like crushes his back by the way they cut around it. But like, there's a whole fight scene that they decided to cut out for some reason.
Man, that makes it even more annoying because at least if he had done that, there would have been some connective tissue of him. Like he fights to the end, but then he disappears. Another reason why this movie is not as good is because like there's so many questions that end up happening throughout this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And questions are fine if you're trying to make something thoughtful or mind-bending. You know, Christopher Nolan does questions. Once you cut into them a little too deeply, you find that the questions are whatever. But the initial experience of the question is good. This movie makes a bunch of questions that just don't have answers and don't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as soon as you try to come up with the answer, it immediately is like, well, that's dumb.
Yeah. I'm looking to see why it was cut out of the scene. Or the scene was cut from the movie.
Okay, because there really isn't anything else to talk about as far as characters.
Nope, just film's pacing. Boo.
There's so much else they could have cut.
Yeah. And
cut the cart scene.
Mm-hmm.
Cut the cart scene so we at least have that
shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the graphics during that scene were pretty rough.
Yeah.
Hey, you know who we can talk about for just a moment?
Who?
That Dan Aykroyd was in this movie.
Yeah, that was funny. Well, and we, you know, from looking at Steven Spielberg stuff, we learned that Steven Spielberg and Dan Aykroyd had worked together the year prior.
Mm-hmm.
So the cameo does make sense. But I think when I initially watched it, I was like, why the fuck's Dan Aykroyd in this?
But now, I saw his name and I was like, who? And then I looked it up and it's like, oh yeah, that guy. Okay. Because he's not in it for very long. Like,
right.
You don't even look at that character.
I've watched so much Dan Aykroyd that I didn't have to see him. I heard him. When I heard his like janky ass British accent, I was like, that's Dan Aykroyd.
I don't think I was really even paying attention during that scene. I was just like, okay, the guy gives him the plane and then they move on. But like, I wasn't even, yep. All right.
Yeah, I think that's it. Do you have a quote or anything else you want
to? Nope.
Alrighty then. Metacritic 57%, Rotten Tomatoes 77%, Rotten Tomato audience 82%, IMDb 7.4. Tristan, you want to read our old friends at the Chicago Sun-Times?
Yeah. This is crazy. Chicago Sun-Times gave it a 100.
It's fucking bonkers.
This movie is one of the most relentlessly nonstop action pictures ever made, with a virtuoso series of cinematic sequences that must last an hour and never stop for a second. It's a roller coaster ride and a visual extravaganza, a technical triumph, and a whole lot of fun.
And that is Roger Ebert.
Mm-hmm.
That was a Roger Ebert review.
And here's the thing. I think at the time, the things that they did in this were pretty impressive. I just don't think they aged as well.
Yeah, that's fair.
As some of the other stuff. Also, I don't think we talked about this, or we haven't talked about this yet, and I guess this is the time to just mention this as a piece of trivia. This movie is or was one of the main reasons why we got the PG-13 rating, which is just an interesting piece of trivia. And I just thought of it as I was reading this review because of the feedback that they got from it being a PG movie and there being like child labor and like child endangerment and all of that. There's a lot of parents that gave feedback, and Steven Spielberg then pushed for the PG-13 rating to exist.
It's crazy because, like, maybe I'm desensitized, but at this go of it, I was like, it's whatever.
It's what I mean, compared to what we see as PG-13 now, like this was pretty tame. But when you had PG and R, and PG included nudity sometimes.
I guess here's where I get really annoyed with ratings, and I get really annoyed with society as a whole. It is PG, meaning it is parental guidance.
Right.
Parents, you are in charge of what your kids fucking watch. And if you watch something with them that is not good, fuck you. What was it? There was something I was talking about where, like, people still have that kind of mindset, even with the rating system we have now. Like when parents complain about like Grand Theft Auto, it's like, it was always rated mature.
Right.
It was always rated that.
Yeah.
If you didn't read into it, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
And now more so with movies. How are you so dumb that you cannot research the goddamn stuff? If you are uncertain, one, don't go see it with your kids. Don't just ignore it. Or two, go see it on your own and then take your kids. Be a judge. Be a good. But fuck, God, I hate it.
Yeah.
Take responsibility for yourself and your kids. If I show my kids this movie and they get freaked out, it's my fault. It's not the movie's fault. It's my fault.
Have you seen the clip of the interview of the guy after watching Alien with his kid?
Oh, God.
And they're like, do you regret bringing your kid? He's like, not at all. And then they ask the kid, who's like 8 years old, and they're like, did you enjoy the movie? He said,
See, that's fine.
Yeah.
That kid might have problems, but okay. The Globe and Mail Toronto gave it a 38. The heroic irony that was hilarious in Raiders is merely ridiculous here, and the half tribute, half parody of the adventure genre is toyed with to threadbare extremes. Yes, that is perfect.
Yep,
that's the first time on a negative one that it's not too harsh, but it succinctly describes what is occurring in this. We talked about it. The first film is ironic. There's this grandiose expectation of Indiana Jones that he does not fulfill. And the movie never makes it that he's supposed to fill it, but we as a society had built it around him. Yet there was that tribute aspect. And this one goes, what if we take away the parody and just do it seriously? And that is not fun.
Yeah. And I think that's what this movie and then other movies that have tried to capture the essence of Indiana Jones have failed at, is that it is supposed to be irony And in some ways parody. Like, it's not direct parody.
Yeah, there's actually a way to do like a macho kind of main character.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
mm-hmm.
the key is that the world understands
mm-hmm.
that the ridiculousness of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no understanding in this.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone believes it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
With that kind of story.
Yeah.
You know, anything with Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger or whatever, the thing that makes them work is the world understands that it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Conan the Barbarian works because he fails.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the other movies where I think of Sylvester Stallone a lot because it felt like he kind of understood the concept and then immediately stopped understanding.
Uh-huh.
But you know, that idea of the machismo, but it's not, or not, but more so, there's the machismo character, but the world accepts that character and gives it all its attributes that it accepts, rather than, oh, look at this guy. You know? Big Trouble in Little China, what makes Kurt Russell's character works is that everyone around him is like, yeah. I agree fully with that.
Yeah. This movie, as if we were to take this at the value of this is true to the character and background of Indiana Jones, does him a disservice. At best, we can think of it as legend and give it a little bit more leniency in the, like, this didn't really happen, but at least it's like the story that is told about him.
Here you go. I got it. I got you. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
He was poisoned.
Mm-hmm.
The antidote only worked a week later.
So he's
in a coma.
Uh-huh.
It's all in his head.
Poison nightmare.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There you go. Now it all makes sense.
That's why he gets poisoned in the temple.
Yeah.
And then when he gets the torch put on him that brings him back to like sanity, that's when his brain starts like coming back to reality again.
And he's like, oh, I gotta follow the light. I gotta get out of this cave. Mm-hmm. And the cave is his coma.
Yep.
And the light was friendship.
The friends we made along the way.
Yeah. All right, Tristan.
Yeah.
What did we give Raiders? A B+?
Did we give it an A-?
Oh.
Hold on, pulling it up.
I don't remember. A-. A-. We gave it an A-.
Mm-hmm.
What are we thinking for Temple of Doom?
The problem is I want to give it a higher grade because of like the idea of Indiana Jones, but the movie itself is really bad.
Yeah.
Is it a D?
Yeah. That's what so. I was thinking a D+, but
it doesn't, like,
I'm almost okay with just a D.
Like, we didn't talk about too much of the production of it because it's like, from that perspective, it's a good movie. Like the visual aspects,
fine, yeah.
The way that it's filmed, like all of that, like almost everything from the first movie Like there's a lot of that still exists in this movie, but the story and the damage that this does to the franchise is rough.
Yeah, which is crazy because I'm going to be really interested for like Crystal Skull and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Because after watching this and seeing it and going like, man, this movie sucked.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me go, wait, no, it will be, but was Crystal Skull as bad as I remember it?
I've heard people say that, like, to them, Crystal Skull is no worse than this movie. So,
well, then we're in for a journey. But Ye Old Temple of Doom is a ye old Temple of D.
D for Doom.
Temple of
Dookie.
D's nuts. All right. Thanks for watching this, Tristan. Audience, I'm probably never going to watch this movie again. Like, I was so disappointed with it. But I don't know. Review those reruns and see you next time.